Okay, now imagine you're me. You're a fan of internet horror, and especially a fan of the current wave of analog horror. Series like the Scrimblow Catalog, Scary David, or the Mona Linnaeus Files. Oh shit, that last one is real, isn't it? Now, imagine you're randomly perusing YouTube looking for something spooky, and this happens. Oh my god. No fucking way. No fucking way. He's actually back. He's actually out of his fucking mind. Holy shit. I gotta watch this right now. Let me explain in case you don't know what just happened. Urbanspook is a series created by Urban Slug, with both having become infamous for their over-the-top edge. To quickly summarize the series. A long time ago, a local town was being preyed upon by two sadistic serial killers. There was no end to their depravity and sadism, each crime more gruesome than the last. At the scene of every crime, a painting was found, a twisted, artistic depiction of the quote-unquote beauty they saw in these vile acts. Today, an unnamed poster has found the tapes documenting their horrendous crimes and is slowly restoring them and posting them to the internet for the world to see. Now, if that sounds like a cool concept for a horror series, that's because it is. Unfortunately, that idea was handled with about as much subtlety and care as a chimp throwing poop at you to express disapproval. And none of this is helped by the fact that Urbanspook's presentation is literally just dry-ass text on the screen describing the most fucked up thing his dark, twisted mind could come up with. The things that are described in this series would probably get me put on several FBI watch lists if I utter them into this mic, so here's a short list of some of the heinous subject matters this series covers. And this reputation certainly isn't helped by Urban Slug's colorful way of handling criticism. But hey, that's all in the past. A new episode is out now after months of waiting, and this prompts a question. Is Urbanspook good now? Warning, this video contains extremely graphic and disturbing content. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, this fucking asshole. I'm surprised there's not a subsection here calling us all autistic furries. Oh fuck, spoilers! I got spoiled! The episode starts by stating, last night, police got an anonymous tip about trespassers in an abandoned textile and paint factory. The call had been made from a telephone booth not too far from the site. A very standard opener for this series, but then something that I wouldn't have expected in a million years happened. I was impressed. Oh shit, we got footage! Oh wait, he's actually... Oh my god, he's actually evolving. This may just actually turn into a snuff film. I don't know what to put past Urban Slug. This may just be his personal quarters, his dwelling, if you will. That was... You know what? That was genuinely, compared to everything that's happened so far, that was genuinely a fantastic opening. It is still very much the typical Urbanspook formula of, on September 11th, 2001, Scary David was found in an abandoned and haunted mental asylum where he to the cats, and then the monster truck was never found. Very standard, but the presentation definitely adds a little something I think a lot of people felt the series was missing. So the investigation continues until they reach a room they've dubbed the Cage Room. Oh boy, here we go. What the fuck do you have for me? Ah! A cage! I actually don't know what I'm looking at here. Where some type of torture / violation clearly occurred, and on a table, we see photos of what that torture was. Here are the photos. You know what? You know what? That genuinely unsettled me. Like, it's goofy. Okay. I went back immediately and just, like, fucking regretted every single word that I just said. But you know what? I'm sticking to it. Because this is a first impression. This unsettled me because it's not gore in your face. Like, the implication of what's happening to this person inside of this gimp suit is the thing that's ominous and creepy about it. I mean, granted, we know what happened to the person. You saw their fucking corpse there. You know what? Urban Slug, you're winning me back a little. I'm not tripping. There was a picture before that, right? Okay. Okay, this one's unsettling. Like, we can agree, I feel like. This is pretty unsettling.
Following that, we get some more edge.
Feeding him piss? Fuck yeah, dude. A bucket full of dicks?
And then inexplicably, Urban Slug doubling down on one of the most criticized plot points of the series.
Oh boy. Oh god, he brought the... Oh, what the fuck, dog? For those of you who don't know, the big controversy with this series was these two characters here, Corey and Margaret, were, I believe, 11 and 12-year-old children that were murdered early on in the series, and there was a level of violation that was implied. So the fact that he's bringing them back here is I don't even know what to make of that. I should frankly just stop pausing.
Moving on from that.
Inside the factory itself, more gruesome discoveries would be made. In what once had been the locker room, 2 bodies were found hanging from the same rope.
What kind of fucking detail was that? The fuck you mean? Or the serial killer is just like out of money, didn't have enough money for more rope at Home Depot? Couldn't take an extra trip down to Menards? Jim Lee? Famous comic book artist Jim Lee? I'm not tripping, right? That's what that guy's name is, right? Okay, yeah. Okay. I wanted to make sure I didn't sound like a dumbass there.
Deeper inside the factory, police found what would be dubbed the paint room.
And now we finally get to see Urban Slug's bread and butter once again. If you forgot this episode was about a serial killer who made paintings of her victims, don't worry, because so did I.
Yes, we got the paintings. I'm such a fucking dumbass. This room was dubbed the paint room, and my brain absolutely did not even make the connection that this was the series The Painter.
Not at all a criticism of the series, I'm just a moron.
Let's go. Classic Urbanspook. Yeah! Betty! That's pretty cool. Mark! Milk Teeth Heath. The Collins. Oh, the Collins were the ones in the barrel, weren't they? Oh, sorry, Mark. Oh, forgive me, Heath.
There was a family that, I think they were a cop's family, and they were, like, all, like, ground up and shoved in a barrel. I think that's who these were.
We then find out about the missing Jones family, whose corpses were found in the next room, strung up on the ceiling, human centipede style. Terrific. And where in past episodes this would just be the And where in past episodes this would just be the normal Urbanspook slop, the presentation really elevates it into something that I think has actual eeriness to it.
You know what? If he had just left it at the diagram, that would have just been classic Urbanspook Edge. And this is still very much Urbanspook Edge, but the effort that's going into it, like, I gotta commend it. Knowing the fact that it's pixelated, like, this looks like something you'd see in, like, Event Horizon. Like, it's really well done. Has cannibalism been a part of this before? Why the fuck am I asking that question? A part of me almost feels like if you just cropped in and just, like, erased all the fucking words, that this video would be 10 times better, just without words. Diagrams included, because, like, when these two just, like, appeared in, even before the words came in, it gave me a bit of a sense of dread. And then the words come in, and it's edgy bullshit, and I'm like, okay, well, we're back.
I want to expand on this opinion now that I've had some more time to sit on it. I think the strongest part of this series is the very clear voice that Urban Slug has and how he presents it. And the weakest part of the series is how that voice is in direct odds to what this series is supposed to be, that being some kind of police or detective tapes documenting the events. So I think that this episode would have almost been better if it was made by the painter's point of view, so everything were the same except there was little to no text on screen, thus making the content on screen more abstract and mysterious, but it would also give the viewer this unsettling connection with the painter where you see how she sees the world. Obviously, I don't want to get too deep in the how to fix the painter talk because I think that's counterproductive, but it's just food for thought. Anyways, the police continue onward, and for the first time, they have a real breakthrough in the case.
The turning point of the case? It can't be! They filled a wall with the word hell! This solves everything!
They discover a room with the phrase, "Once you've been to hell, you never come back." Supposedly, this was a line that was said by the only surviving victim of the killers, Tina Rosenberg, prompting the police to visit her home once more. And I'm just going to let this part play out in its entirety because it is genuinely the high point of the series.
I'll never recover. I'll never be the same. Those people took me to hell. And once you've been in hell, you never come back.
This prompted authorities to conduct a wellness check on Tina Rosenberg, who was living with her mother at the time. Officer Nathan Cole was the first to respond since he was in the area. What he encountered in that house was truly bizarre. This is the footage from Nathan's body camera.
Why the fuck are you running so fast? What is going... Oh, I see. Oh, this is not a good scene, is it? Oh, man. Okay. Okay, hello. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! Officer Nathan fucking got her done! Is that the painter? She wearing a mask? Oh god, is she smiling? I really don't like that. Oh god. Tina just looks like a worm on the bed. I'm assuming that's Tina. God, I really don't like... Okay. Tina's eyes and ears had been punctured with a pair of knitting needles. Uh-huh. She was not aware that she was being rescued and kept screaming for 20 minutes. Tina's mother, Sienna Rosenberg, had been dismembered in the kitchen. Okay, so that's the body that was outside. The autopsy revealed that the killer behind the mask was former police officer Bill Collins? Wait, whoa. So then... I don't even know what to make of that, then. What the fuck? Because Bill Collins' family was the one that was, like, ground up and put in a barrel. Presumed dead. Police are still not sure why his DNA was found with his family's remains. What the fuck you mean you're not sure why his DNA was found? He's missing an arm and his fucking face. Put two and two together. Mona Linnaeus was apprehended by Officer Nathan Cole. Mona Linnaeus? Like Mona Lisa? Was this whole thing just leading to a Mona Lisa pun? Is that what this is? I later found out that this was apparently something that the Urbanspook community, God bless their souls, had actually figured out it over a year ago. Oh my god, the fucking Urbanspook wiki's already updated. Mona Linnaeus meaning in English. Okay, Linnaeus means butcher, and then Mona, obviously Mona Lisa. Very, very smart. Wait, was there like an actual like fucking cipher? This was a year ago? No, I refuse to believe that effort was put into this. I refuse to. So, what do we make of all this? Has Urbanspook redeemed himself? Has he transcended the ultimate sin of cringe and created the true masterpiece he was always destined to make? Well, here are some of my initial thoughts right after my first viewing. Man, oh man. That was something. I gotta say, absolutely, by like a fucking 1,000 miles. The best episode of The Painter. Still don't know why the fuck anything happened here. I thought the turning point in the case would be like some massive clue that'd be like, oh my god, the killer was JFK the whole time. But no, the twist was literally we the turning point of the case was that they found out they should probably check on the fucking woman that was almost murdered by them. And then they found the killers and just killed one of them. That shit is so fucking goofy. Oh my god. I will say, I don't really have a ton of notes on this section. Like, it's well animated. I think I would have wanted to have a little more suspense. Like, say, actually seeing Officer Nathan drive up and stand in front of the house for a little bit. Maybe start with him knocking on the door, going, hello, hello. No one answers. So then he starts walking away. Then we hear the screams starting. That could be like a nice little jump scare moment. And then he turns around, fucking boogies to the door. This scene is also really like the lighting from the knocked over lampshade is like pointing at them in a way that makes them look super fucking eerie. This guy actually just looks like a Resident Evil zombie. I feel like, actually, you know what he looks like? No, oh my god, he looks like fucking grandma. Okay, I probably should have been more specific. I should have been more specific. Grandma horror game. Are you picking up what I am putting down?
So the question remains, is Urbanspook good now? I don't know, I guess it's alright. I think the change in direction for presentation is the biggest plus for this episode. Actually seeing the investigation happen in video form, in real time, is so much more impactful than just reading dry-ass descriptions on screen. Seriously, the effort and talent that has gone into this episode is equal, if not higher, than other similar series that are way more beloved. And the final scene with the killers, with Tina's horrifying screams as a painful, unrelenting soundtrack, is really getting across everything that I think Urban Slug has wanted to get across. It's gritty, it's brutal, it's mean. Everything about the presentation, I think, is Urban Slug's vision fully realized. I just wish it was in service to an overall better narrative.
That's a peanut.
Because at the end of the day, the well has already been poisoned by what's come before. There are a lot of people who just aren't going to be able to get past the fact that this series features child and animal violation, and that those subjects were handled merely as a prop for shock value, and presented with so little care with the real-life weight that those things carry. And you know what? To Urban Slug, that's probably just fine. He's found a community of people who find value in this series that I personally don't.
Honestly, Officer Nathan, the only officer you could trust in a horror movie. Honest fucking Lee.
And I think that's great for him. I think it's a good thing that this artist who's been perpetually getting the 3-shoe beating by everyone on the internet, for good reason, was able to find an audience who were willing to support him through the thick of it. And I think that support is what led him to actually growing and making the series better. And I think a lot of people should take note of that, and he should be praised for it. I know a lot of people are going to continue hating him and calling him a piece of shit, and with valid reason, honestly, but I personally don't believe Urban Slug is a bad person. Maybe a stupid person. I just hope that the support he's found leads him to making a series in the future that is handled with a lot more care and attention to detail, and he can fully redeem himself. But in my opinion, that's not going to happen until he makes a clean break from this series and creates something new. I don't think anyone will really switch over to his side if he creates this Painter cinematic universe. At the end of the day, I can spend another hour criticizing and talking about all the stupid writing decisions that have been made up until this point, but I just don't think that's worth mine or anyone else's time. Urban Slug found the people he's making the series for, and it's their thoughts that should matter to him.
Back. Whoa, oh god, we got some actual analysis here. If I may dare, almost akin in some way to the massacre committed by the Columbine shooters. Okay. We're done with that.